I record my show every Wednesday, and so it's always going to be the day before Thanksgiving if I don't change that someday. But, it's about my favorite holiday. Gratitude is the absolute key to a satisfied life. And if you don't believe it, even my little book, Split Second Transformation, Change Your Words, Change Your Life, 31 Daily Practices, has 3 chapters on gratitude. Today we're going to talk, I'm resurrecting, this is kind of fun, I'm resurrecting my little ebook called Values of the Month in a program I did, or process I did with my kids as when they were growing up many, many, many years ago. But first, well, good, beautiful day, you beautiful, beautiful souls. This is Charla Anderson, host of the Charla Anderson Show, collector and connector of fascinating people, and everyone is fascinating, especially you. But first, we're going to do our little 22-second mini vacation. We're going to breathe in some calm for 7 seconds. We're going to hold for 4 seconds and then breathe out that gratitude for 11 seconds. Thank you for joining me. Here we go. Breathe in some calm. Hold. Relax, release. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, today I'm going to resurrect my values. And I'm going to just read this little piece. This is just a really short ebook that you can have access to. Reach out, Charla at charlaanderson.com, and reach out to me, and I will send you the Values of the Month ebook. So here we go. When my children were young, this is I'm reading from the ebook now. When my children were young, I began offering a saying of the month to begin instilling some of my values into their soul. Long before there were memes, I would put index cards and sticky notes around the house with the monthly saying, and we would repeat it throughout the day. The idea was that in 1 year's time, they would have gained 12 of my most important truths. Repeat each value daily for the month and repeat annually. There we go. That's the intro there. And the values of the month, and they're not in any particular prioritized order, but they kind of tried to get them in a grouping with the months. So January, I'll just read the overview. It's kind of like the table of contents, so to speak. January is gratitude. February is love. March is simplicity and order. April is integrity. May is respect. June is forgiveness. July is discipline. August is responsibility. September is character. October is attitude. And November, generosity. December is joy. So the value for January is gratitude. Gratitude is the key to abundance. Give thanks for every single thing. Everything. Now these in the book you'll get. This is not in color. I'm going to hold it up. It's not in color, but this is how they come. Gratitude is the key to abundance. Give thanks for every single thing, everything. And so, taking these and making little posters and put them around or framing them for the month, put them on the refrigerator, is something that I believe is worth doing. You can make your own, right? Of course, we've got to all have different values, but I believe it's a very, very important thing that we instill our values, our important values to our children. And so when I say January gratitude, I wanted to start the year in thanks. In everything, give thanks. I wake up every single day. In the night, if I wake up, I'm saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I bet I say it hundreds of times a day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just thank you. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for, I dropped my pencil. Oh, I needed the exercise to pick it up. Thank you. In everything, give thanks. It is a biblical principle. It's extraordinarily strong. And I totally would love to hear your experience about gratitude, because it attracts more good things. You feel better. I'm telling you, it's a universal truth. It's a biblical, scriptural truth that your attitude of gratitude will change your life. Stop that complaining, be grateful. And this is my other mantra besides thank you, everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. And when it isn't, because it doesn't always feel like it is, it still is. Because where else do you have to be than where you are right now to take the next step from? If you're in an upset position, if something's not right, you can handle things so much better with a calm attitude and the gratitude that you can take another breath. Huge. If you can take a breath, you have been provided for your entire life. If you can take a breath, you're on this side of the breathing free oxygen, and, take advantage of that. Love it. Love who you are. Love where you are. It will change everything for you. Love to hear your experiences. Reach out to me. Okay, guess what the value for February is? Love. Love with unconditional love as God loves. Love with unconditional love as God loves you, without judgment, with grace. And the harder people are to love, the more they need it. So this is the little meme. I need to get these in color if I'm going to do this next time. So I'm showing them if you're watching later or listening and not watching, but it's just little one page, big words on one page, like a meme. So God loves you unconditionally. You can't do anything to be loved more or less by God. You are perfect in his eyes. You are loved so incredibly much. You're loved without judgment. You're loved with grace. If you're not in a good place or you don't feel worthy of that, it's not of God. Please start learning to love yourself enough to learn to receive God's love in you. And there's nothing you can do to disappoint him more or make him prouder. God loves you. Love is the most, the highest, one of the highest values we can possibly have. And I just encourage you that you are loved. And when you start loving yourself, I tell my grandkids, bullies are victims too. Perhaps they don't love themselves enough to know how to love other people. Narcissists, we hear a lot about narcissists. And narcissists, the story came from Narcissus, who looked into the reflection and learned to love himself so much that he became so self-centered. Well, folks, that's not love. Narcissists don't love themselves. They're obsessed with themselves, but that isn't love. So just food for thought. I'm just commenting on these 12 memes. It'll be a short show today, just getting these important things, these important messages, all in one place. My 12 values that I chose, actually, they're not the same as I started out with in 1990s with my kids. They've shifted, but I have that list and I'll read them at the end too. So the value for March is simplicity and order. It's easier to keep up than to catch up. Clutter makes everything more stressful and difficult. Everything. So here's that meme too. Clutter makes everything more difficult. It's one of the highest stressors in our world. And when we want to choose to Keep things simple. There's something to be said about that minimalist lifestyle. I haven't achieved that yet. I don't bring many things into my world anymore, but I have accumulated so many things over the 7 decades of my life that trying to go back through things is, and it's looking backwards. It's not going forward. When I need to go into the garage or into the attic and dig around and try to find the things that it's just baggage. Keep your life simple and clean, and we are such consumers, and we're bombarded with things we need all the time. Well, we really don't bring it into your home if you don't absolutely need it or love it. We don't need to dust more things, right? Dust collectors. So that is, to me, a very important, I guess this is a simplicity in order about spring cleaning, perhaps, for the March meme, or the March value, I should say. So the next one is for April, and it's called integrity. Follow through on everything you say and everything you do. The definition of integrity primarily is honor your word. Honor your word. Honor your word. Say it, mean it, act on it, believe it. Integrity is extremely high value. It's probably one of the top, because if you don't have integrity, you can't be trusted. And being trusted and being trustworthy are huge. I love that we learn about integrity and we witness that there's a lack of that in our world, right? So follow through on everything you say and everything you do. Follow through. Just do it. Be intentional. Let's lift our world, let's expect each other to be honest. And when you expect someone to be a certain way, often they will rise up to that occasion and become more trustworthy and honest. So integrity, follow through on everything you say and everything you do. Honor that word. And the value for me is respect. Respect. I choose to respect God, myself, other people, and other things. When my oldest child was born, when my son was born, I held that child and I said this to him over and over. I want you to respect. I choose to respect my God, myself, other people, and other things. Repeated it over and over and over. I wanted respect is it's just key, right? I mean, we earn respect. So when we choose to respect God, when we choose to respect ourselves, when we choose to respect other people, and we choose to respect other things, we start leaving the world a better place. My mom always said, leave the world a better place. I think she did. She had 4 girls, and most of us, or if we all, this is important to all of us. My mama left the world a better place. She respected God. She respected herself. She respected other people and other things. Another incredible key value, and this is June, forgiveness. Gift yourself with unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness, not unconditional boundaries. So this is gift yourself with unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness, not unconditional boundaries. I talk about this. It's in my tiny book, Candy Bar Hugs. It doesn't take much to make a difference. I quote it all the time. Unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness, not unconditional boundaries. I had to add, I used to say unconditional love and conditional forgiveness, and wouldn't it be great if that's what we did? But I don't want people to misunderstand that you don't stay in a bad situation, disrespectful situation, or unsafe situation. So I added not unconditional boundaries. And so that's a great thing to remember. But that's, you got to forgive yourself. If God is love, he can't be not love. And when you add in grace, gratitude, and forgiveness, you got the whole ball of wax, the whole kit and caboodle. So I would love you to make sure to give yourself the grace to love yourself unconditionally. That way you can love others unconditionally. And now we're already in the second half of the year. The value for July is discipline. All right, discipline. Small disciplines repeated over time or small errors. Choose wisely. So I'm sure I got this from Jim Rohn, because Jim Rohn back in the day, I loved this example when I heard it. It was like, small disciplines repeated over time versus small errors. And his example was you eat an apple a day or a candy bar a day. Over time, you're going to see a different result, right? If over time, in 6 months, an apple a day, you're probably doing pretty good. A candy bar a day, where did that 3 pounds come from? And continued over time. So small daily disciplines repeated over time will bless you. Small daily errors repeated over time, you may not find the best results. So it doesn't take much to have a small discipline. And these, habits, right? They're little habits. And when you choose the habit, if you decided not to brush your teeth over time, that daily discipline, may not result in a pretty smile. Just as an example. But anyway, discipline, the value for July, small disciplines. And discipline yourself. I'm talking about honoring your word to yourself as well. Okay, here we are, August. The value for August is responsibility. Make the world a better place. Leave things better than you found them. Okay, Mama, you came in twice here. Make the world a better place. My mama made the world a better place, and leave things better than you found them. It doesn't take much to make the world a better place. My little book, Candy Morales, it doesn't take much to make a difference. A lot of little tiny examples in there about the pay it forward movement. The other day, I've done it for years, but if there's paper towels in a public restroom, I always will wipe around the water around the sinks, and several of them, just because nobody wants to put their phone down or their purse down on a wet, area. It doesn't take much. It takes 2 seconds to wipe a little bit around that sink. And I rarely is in, not having witnesses most of the time. It's not a big deal to me just to do it. But a lady the other day happened to see me, and she goes, "That is so nice." It's like, it's just a habit. It's a small discipline that I have, right? Make the world a better place. Take your basket back. These are small, tiny things that begin to build on each other to make you feel the responsibility of doing the right thing. Do it right because it is right, just because it is the right thing to do. Absolutely. So August is responsibility. Leave that world a better place. September, character. We're going to talk character for September. Who I am is more important than what I have, especially when no one is watching. These kind of run together, don't they? But who I am is more important than what I have. And that was one of the ones that I started when my children were when I started this, they were in elementary school. And there was some interesting time where they were kind of getting some extra things that and extra attention that maybe wasn't the best for their character. And I started saying, who you are has nothing to do with what you have. Who you are has everything to do with your character. Who you are has nothing to do with what you have, where you are. Who you are is your character, and it follows you. It is who it goes with you everywhere. And just really important to me that we started realizing that our character is who we are when nobody's watching, and we're doing the right thing all the time. It's really a secret to a satisfied life, like gratitude, doing what you know to do is right all the time. We're living in a world where that has kind of slipped the slippery slope, and it is a slippery slope. Once you make one little, compromise, a 1% compromise, well, it turns into another 1% compromise, and then another 1%. Pretty soon, you're 10% compromised. And it's a slippery, slippery slope that you don't want to go down. I promise. So do the right thing, right? Character. Okay, for September, October, where value is attitude. Your life is what you make it. Always take the high road. My mama said, always take the high road, and I added, and when it's hard, take the high road. So your life is what you make it. Always take the high road. And when it's hard, take the high road. That means do the right thing. It's your character. Do the right thing for the right reason, whether anybody's watching or not. Your attitude is key. I used to wear a pen I was a flight attendant for 34 years. I had a little attitude pen. I wore it all the time. And it was just to help remind myself and others that, attitude matters. And, it's so much easier to deal with the things that show up. I mean, if I had a kind of an unruly passenger, I would say, hey, a little humor sometimes goes a long way too. Hey, I came to work to get away from people like you. I have 14-year-old at home. I have a 17-year-old at home. Please sit down, shut up, and buckle your seatbelt, So sometimes it's just kind of fun to think about that, but how your attitude affects everything. If you're in a grumpy attitude, people don't want to be around you. Nobody cares either. Stop. Just stop this bad attitude stuff. Just stop it. Just stop it. Oh, here we go. Where are we now? November. Okay, November. Guess what? Generosity. We started with gratitude in January, so we're going to do generosity in November. November is my birthday month, November 30th. My grandbaby's birthday, November 29th. And and generosity, Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday, right? So the meme says, be generous, give generously. You cannot outgive God. And then receive humbly. I added that. So generosity, be generous, give generously. You cannot outgive God, and receive humbly. A giver can't give if a receiver won't receive. A receiving is equally as important as giving, and in balance, right? Give generously. You can't outgive God. If you feel led to give give generously without any expectation to receive from that particular act. But the law of reciprocity, which is a hard word to say, you will always benefit. It may not be right then, it may not be right there, but you will always benefit from being generous. That is the law of reciprocity. And be humble and grateful as you receive. So we're down to December. Imagine what the value for December is. Joy. You know, my name means joy in Greek, derivative. I learned that on my birthday in 2012. And it was just beautiful. It was just amazing to find that out, because I had choose joy as my signature, and a dog named Joy, and a split-second moment of bitterness to joy. And then I found out my name means joy. Ooh, love it. Choose joy. So joy, the meme says, choose joy. It's always a choice. And then everything is choice. Everything is choice. You get to choose your attitude. You get to choose. You get to choose your, I'm just going to find them and read it again. Values of the month. You get to choose if you live in gratitude. You get to choose if you're going to love. You get to choose if you have simplicity and order in your life. You get to choose whether you have integrity. You get to choose if you are respectful and live with respect. You get to choose forgiveness. I hope you choose it. You get to choose discipline. You get to choose responsibility. You get to choose character. You get to choose attitude. You get to choose generosity. And you get to choose joy. Joy, 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 joy. That is a choice. Everything is choice. And when you don't feel like you have a choice on how you respond and how you react. You always have a choice. And so I'm going to now, if you will indulge me to read the original ones, if I can read them because they're a little bit smaller. I have to take these off. Yeah. So my original monthly sayings from the 90s. January, this is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I had these sticky notes all over the house, right? And index cards. It was crazy. And I put them in the car. Wish I'd have been a little bit more diligent and followed through with it a little bit better over the years. It's what's so, right? Do what you got to do. Do what happens. Love and forgive. January, this is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. February, if it's not yours, don't take it. If it's not true, don't say it. If it's not right, don't do it. And one of our dear friends is a former Texas congressman, Ted Poe, and he would talk to students and children and go to the schools. He was a congressman. He was a Texas State District Judge, Ted Poe. And it really is basic, right? Basic. If it's not yours, don't take it. If you take it, it's a thief. You're a thief. If it's not true, don't say it. If you say something that's not true, you're a liar. If it's not right, don't do it. That covers all those other ones. But do the right thing for the right reason and live a satisfied life, man. March, back in the day, was who I am is more important than what I have. I kept that one. That was very important to me for them. Follow through on everything you say and everything you do. Follow through. And remember, first things first. So that's part of the following through is completion. It builds respect and self-respect to do that. May, I choose to respect God, myself, other people, and other things. I guess you heard that one before here now, too, because that was huge to me. that I just loved that, Austin lifting him up and just telling him that's his world, that's his mantra, that's his blessing that I'm giving to him. And that's what again. I will accept total responsibility for my actions and my choices. Yeah, total responsibility. So we've got responsibility in the other one. Life is what you make it. Attitude. And this is how I had them in the 90s. August. Pain is inevitable. Misery is optional. I like that. I've seen that before. I didn't make that one up. Pain is inevitable. Misery is optional. I've heard it said too. Change is inevitable. Misery is optional. You get to choose. It goes back to choice. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, September, pray without ceasing. In everything, give thanks. Everything, give thanks. Pray without ceasing. Everything, give thanks. Gratitude. There you go. There's your starts with gratitude. I had this in October. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That's the serenity prayer from Alcoholics Anonymous, and still stands true all these decades later. So November, make the world a better place. Leave things better than you found them. It's easier to keep up than to catch up. And that it's easier than to keep up than to catch up. Man, that goes back to the small disciplines too. But if you wipe your counters every day, you never clean your sink every day. You never have to have a huge, deep cleaning. You may, I'm sure you would, but not wipe your counters every day. What if you wiped your bathroom down every single day, your sink down a little bit every day, and your toilet once a week? You would never have to have that nasty, deep cleaning. It's just a small, different discipline. You drop it, pick it up. If you hang it up, wipe it up, pick it up, leave it better than you found it. Leave it better for the next person. Okay. December in the old original was beauty, strength, peace, and joy come from within. Beauty, strength, peace, and joy come from within. Let your light shine. Let your light shine. Be the light. Every time I step out, let people see the light in me. Let them see the love in me. Let them feel lifted because they're in my presence. Let me be Jesus with skin on. Let's do the right thing. Let's treat each other well. Let's live with gratitude. I wish you an incredibly happy Thanksgiving. Not just one day a year, every minute of every day. Thanksgiving is a choice. And I love that we have a holiday for it. And we'll say, it seems like, especially this year, from Halloween to Christmas, all the decorations have been out all month of November. It's crazy to me. We're skipping over Thanksgiving because it's not commercial. Well, let's make it a priority. Happy Thanksgiving, and I wish you so many blessings. And as we enter this holiday season, may you be abundantly blessed. Remember to always choose joy.